The books highlighted in March 2024 at the Beverly Library started with the staff picks. The staff picks this month were The One, Never Where, Graceling, and Not Her Daughter. The One is by John Mars. In this universe, science can help you find your perfect soulmate, but once you meet them, the rest is up to you. It sounds like this would be sci-fi romance, and it is. However, it's also a thriller, because even though they are your soulmate, they also have a past. Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. Richard Mayhew is a very normal guy until one night he stops to help an injured person. He is then drawn into a fantasy world that is under the streets of London. This is a rather fast-paced book with a lot of characters. Word of warning, this is an adult-level book, so it does get messy in places. The audio book is performed by the author. Graceling by Kristen Cashore. In a world where some people are born with extreme and often feared skills called graces, Casta struggles for redemption from her own horrifying grace and teams up with another young fighter to save their land from a corrupt king. This is another fast-paced fantasy book with very enjoyable characters. This is an upper-level young adult book, so it is safer, but still know there can be moments of tame ick. Not Her Daughter by Rhea Frey. In a story that raises the question of what it means to be a mother and how far someone will go to keep a child safe, a successful entrepreneur kidnaps a 5-year-old girl in an attempt to rescue her from her damaging mother. I will admit I had trouble with this one. I go into books because these are people that I want to spend time with. You really don't have a lot of that here. However, you do want to finish it to see what happens to the little girl. Book versus movie this month was Hidden Figures. The book is by Margot Lee Shutterly and is an account of the previously unheralded but pivotal contributions of NASA's African American women mathematicians in America's space program. The book is about the many people who helped from the late 1950s to the 70s, and the movie concentrates on just a few. The movie pulls stories that happened to other characters and made those things happen to their characters in the movie. The book is full of backstory and more information, while the movie glosses over details. They both are really good. Just know that the book is true and the movie takes some license with facts. For the With the Band program, we read The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Inspired by the Black Lives Movement, The Hate You Give addresses issues of racism and police violence as witnessed by Star, a 16-year-old girl who navigates between her poverty-stricken neighborhood and the wealthy suburban prep school she attends. She is the sole witness to the police shooting of her best friend, who is unarmed but may or may not have been a drug dealer. In addition to starred reviews from Backlist, Kirkus, School Library Journal, Horn Book Magazine, and more, The Hate You Give won the Coretta Scott King Honor, Michael L. Prince Honor, William C. Morris Award, and more. It is also longlisted for the National Book Award. Released in early 2017, the book landed in the 8th spot on the American Library Association's Top 10 Challenged and Banned Book list. When The Hate You Give has been banned, communities cite 3 factors: profanity, violence, and anti-police messages. By the list of awards that have been stated, this is a well-written book. The language that is used to move the story and to keep it authentic. There is violence in the story and not just the shooting. Again, the violence that is discussed and experienced by the characters are true to the situations that are being discussed. There are multiple YA novels about police violence and the effects that they have on the communities which it affects, such as All-American Boy by Jason Reynolds and Brandon Keeley, Dear Martin by Nick Stone, and Taylor Johnson Was Here by J. Coles. The Hate You Give in particular offers a good platform for community discussions because it's not cut and dry. The police aren't just framed as the antagonist, and Star herself doesn't always know how to handle a situation. There's a lot of opportunity to discuss Star's actions and the actions of those around her in relation to Khalili's death. Additionally, while that may be the focus of the novel, it goes beyond into racial microaggressions from Star's friends to gang violence in her neighborhood. There are so many topics of conversation that can be had with this book that I think there's a biggest reason that it's well suited for discussion. At our book talk, we discussed many titles. The first was Elementary she read by Vicki Delaney. This is the first book in the Sherlock Holmes bookstore mysteries. Gemma Doyle, manager of the Sherlock Holmes bookshop and Emporium, finds herself investigating a real-life mystery when she and her best friend, Jane Wilson, stumble upon a dead body. This is a cozy mystery series set in Massachusetts. All-American Muslim Girl by Nadine Jolie Courtney. From her looks, people don't suspect Allie is anything but an all-American, that is, white girl. But when her family settles in Providence, Georgia, the Islamophobia she has until then only witnessed from a distance forces her to find the strength to tell her friends and boyfriend, whose dad is a fear-mongering TV talking head, that her family is Muslim. The road to claim her religion through study is rife with bigotry, but also rich with support. There's a lot of unpacking here, but isn't there always when it comes to religion and politics? Courtney does so with poise, naturally integrating genuinely informative context into the story. Allie's inner turmoil about having it all while still abiding by her religion resonates, and her choice to be a practicing Muslim is particularly moving during a time when that choice can seem dangerous. Passages debunk misconceptions about Islam, addressing the topics of feminism, equality, and more, urging one to consider how the Western gaze can lead to misinterpretation. Readers trapped between two worlds, religious or not, will find solace here. Smile by Rainey Tugmeyer. Tugmeyer has created an utterly charming graphic memoir of tooth trauma, first crushes and fickle friends, sweetly reminiscent of Judy Blume's work. One night, Raina trips and falls after a Girl Scout meeting, knocking out her 2 front teeth. This leads to years of painful surgeries, braces, agonizing root canals, and other oral atrocities. Her friends offer little solace through this trying ordeal, spending more of their time teasing than comforting her. After years of these girls' constant belittling, Raina branches out and finds her own voice and a new group of friends. Young girls will relate to her story, and her friend angst is palpable. Readers should not overlook the seemingly simple drawn work. The strong writing and emotionally expressive characters add an unexpected layer of depth. As an afterword, the author includes a photo of her smiling, showing off the results of all the years of pain she endured. Irresistibly funny and touching, a must-read for all teenage girls, whether in braces or not. Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. 12-year-old Percy Jackson is on the most dangerous quest of his life. With the help of a satyr and a daughter of Athena, Percy must journey across the United States to catch a thief who has stolen the original weapon of mass destruction, Zeus's Master Bolt. Along the way, he must face a host of mythological enemies determined to stop him. Most of all, he must come to terms with a father he has never known and an oracle that has just warned him of betrayal by a friend. We'll Never Tell by Wendy Hurd. While investigating an infamous Hollywood murder mystery for their final YouTube episode, 4 teenagers visit the scene of a crime, but one does not come out alive, leaving the others to solve crimes old and new or die trying. This is a fast-paced thriller mystery. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. Although it packs in more genres than comfortably fit, this series' opener and debut offers a high coolness factor by retelling Cinderella as a kick-butt mechanic in a plague-ridden future. Long after World War IV, with a plague called Litmusus ravaging all 6 earthen countries, teenage Cinder spends her days in New Beijing doing mechanical repairs to earn money for her selfish adoptive mother. Her 2 sisters will attend Prince Kai's ball wearing elegant gowns. Cinder, hated because she's a cyborg, won't be going. But then the heart-thumping cute prince approaches Cinder's business booth as a customer, starting a chain of events that links her inexcusably with the prince and with the palace doctor who's researching Litmus vaccines. This doctor drafts cyborgs as expendable test subjects. none survive. Cinder's personal tenacity and skill, as well as Meyer's daft application of Cinderella nuggets, Cinderella's ill-fitting prosthetic foot loosable on palace steps, a rusting, obsolete car colored pumpkin orange, are riveting. Unlikable female characters, The Women Pop Culture Wants You to Hate by Anne Bogotska. How train-wrecked shrews and crazy women have taken over pop culture and liberated women from having to be nice. Female characters throughout history have been burdened by the moral trap that is likability. Many women who dare to reveal her messy side have been treated as a cautionary tale. Today, unlikable female characters are everywhere in film, TV, and wider pop culture. For the first time ever, they are being accepted by audiences and even showered with industry awards. We are finally accepting that women are, gasp, fully fledged human beings. How did we get to this point? Unlikable female characters traces the evolution of highly memorable female characters, examining what exactly makes them popular, how audiences have reacted to them, and the ways in which pop culture is finally allowing us to celebrate the complexities of being a woman. Anne Bogotska, film programmer, broadcaster, and co-founder of the horror film collective and podcast The Final Girls, takes us on a journey through popular film, TV, and music, looking at the nuances of womanhood on and off screen to reveal whether pop culture and society is finally ready to embrace complicated women. Join us next month for more staff picks, books versus movie, with the band, and time for a pick-me-up.